Hey everybody, morning here in Grizzland on a yucky rainy fall day. So been a little bit, so here's the next update here. So here's the springbuck skull. Just a couple more coats to go on him, probably just go to 15 coats, but ready to go. This guy's finished over here, that's 20 coats. The starfish just finished this morning, that's 20 coats. The big gargoyle, he's got about another 3 or 4 coats to go. The pear is done on the table over there. And then there's some newbies. I don't think I've had these in the videos. Here's this big Smog-esque kind of character. Sometimes on video it doesn't seem to do justification on the size of it, but he is pretty large. He's pretty big. A million undercuts on this guy. I've already done some backfilling with microfiber. I'll wait a few more coats. Well, actually, probably today. I've done a couple more coats of regular. Then I'll put some more in. But there'll be a lot of fiberglass plugs going into these areas. You can see they're tight, really recessed. So yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of plug work on him. The vents on here, just on the end of the wings, on the wing tips, to make sure you get a good concrete flow into there. And down underneath here on this claw, as it comes out quite a ways, it's got a shelf underneath there, so I wanted to get that with a little flow. A couple little cheater seams here and there under the chin. Oh, and under the chin is another vent there to make sure the snout gets full. Real challenge, this guy, not just seaming, but you can see this is going to be really tight. Some interesting sort of fiberglass work into there, but it's good. It's a labor of love. It's going to be a nice model when it's all finished and done. I did quite a bit of clay work on it before I got at it. You'll see after when I probably demold, I'll show you what I did there in the clay. So here's a beastie that I've had for 2 years. I spent quite a bit of money on this guy, on this model, and I've just been a bit of a chicken you-know-what to get him started. Every excuse not to try. It took me a better part of a day almost to get all the seaming done. Well, scratching my head, figuring it out, tracing it out with a felt pen on the model. A couple of them didn't seem to work. Scratched it out, started retracing again, and then started seaming. So it was pretty much most of the day today. It's going to be a complete two-piece rubber work. Because that seam, it's one continuous seam from one side, you can see there, coming up underneath, crazy loop here on his robe, up the dragon's tail. There's a couple little cheater seams in there. Comes up over his pot of gold. There's a window in here, and another window down underneath here that's been filled. Not filled, but a window put in. Seam goes up over the dragon's back down around, across his top lip, and all the way down to the bottom again. You can see in the dragon's mouth, I've got a seam running across this way, and I don't know how I get in. There's a seam running vertically across as well in the back through his mouth, so I can be able to open that up and pull him out. Vent here under the chin of the dragon. You can see how deep these undercuts are, like crazy deep. That's crazy deep under here. Underneath his hand is another vent. Underneath the robe on this side, because it's a real deep undercut as well, and another one right there. That's going to need for a good flow. But it's going to be a lot of backfilling, a lot of fiberglass plugs again. I did a second coat this morning. Usually I'll come in the morning after a first coat and I'll put my registry keys in, but I sort of was playing around and my registry key, I've used all my small ones, so all I've got left are these. They're quite sizable, and when you got tight spaces, they're just sort of too big. I might be able to get 1 or 2 back here, but the rest, because of all the little curves and angles, it's not going to work. So what I've done is, this was on the packaging of the registry keys that Guns made me. You can see there's this little channel in there, and I used them already on this guy over here. I don't know if you can see them on the very top of the back of the wing. Can you see that little channel running there? And what that's going to allow me to do is that'll fill up with rubber, and then the other side will be hollow, and it'll be like a little snap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in like this, going around, and then there'll be like little snaps to snap in. Just something a little bit different. It's just these things are just so you can see like size comparison, you know, to do. It's much easier to use these guys. So, you know, we'll see. I hope they work good. They should be little channels that snap into each other. So anyway, that's it for the models. I'll keep you posted on this difficult guy. I hope he pours well. He's going to be a challenge to pour too. Lots of burping and vibrating and all kinds of standing on my head stuff, I think. So here's a few other things. These are just some pieces that I've had around that I thought, you know what, I might as well make some molds out of these suckers while I got the chance, for succulents, because I do sell a lot. So just did a bunch of plaster work on the outside, sanded them all nice and smooth. All the little pockets are filled up, and the depth of the pieces was it was pretty shallow, not much room between the bottom and the top. So all I did was put some really liquid plaster of Paris in to the height I want to make it. You can see, I think it's already set already too. So by tomorrow I'll be able to clean those up and give it a spray of shellac, and I'll get some rubber on those guys. And then here's the first for me too, but I just really like this one. It's a terracotta pot. But I like it because it's got these cool feet. There's one sort of busted one on the other side. I'll fix them up with some clay. But I kind of like it. I like its rusticness. Is that a word? I don't know. Maybe. It's just a rough, tough looking pot. I like the little feet. It'll be a two-part mold as well. Do the bottom first and then do the inside. And the inside had a really bad concave, like the negative draft I was talking. So I just put a first coat of plaster in a couple days ago. So I'll probably try and get a finish coat on here tomorrow or later this afternoon sometime, and get that sanded up and get him ready to go. Okie doke, folks. That's it. I'm going to do one more video for the DIY gang only. Won't be on YouTube, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.